Seven Witches is obviously building on the sort of movie The Witch that came out in 2016. It's kind of taken that aesthetic. Somebody's watched it and thought, you know what, I can do something similar, and they've gave it a fairly good attempt. This is a low budget movie at just over 70 minutes, and it is basically about a family that is going to meet another family as their daughters are getting married in a couple of days, so that they're going to stay with their daughter's fiance and visit their parents. And their parents are a little bit weird. They're on the kind of almost Quaker side of things. They're very old school. The movie does have several things going for it, but first of all, it looks kind of low budget to start off with. The lighting's kind of poor in some of the opening scenes, but it grows into that as they start to use more natural lighting or nighttime lighting. It starts to get a little bit better that way. Some of the production design looks a little bit sparse, and some of the rooms look as if they've been pretty empty, but just had a couple of things thrown into them to give them some atmosphere kind of thing. But speaking of atmosphere, it's the one thing that the movie does exceptionally well, and it has it in abundance. It has these creepy scenes, it has these kind of signs all over the place, the kind of weird sort of otherworld occulty kind of signs. It has these really weird scenes of people preparing food that make you go, is there something else to this? And it's surrounded by this really sort of stripped back score that adds to the that seems a little bit strange. So you have all these characters, and who some are good, some aren't, some are a little over the top, some are a little underplayed, but overall they all add to the weirdness of the piece, and they actually help it create that atmosphere a little bit more. You can feel the movie build towards this moment of dread. There is something that is going to happen at this wedding. It is building up towards this, and you're never quite sure what that's going to be, how bad it's going to be for the sort of normal family, the non-Quakers, but you dread for them. You've got a feeling that not all of them are going to make it to the end of this movie. And the movie has some very interesting scenes in it, some very ones that just give you that hairs in the back of the neck standing up. There's a scene with a couple of women and the guys in the woods as these other people, their faces almost emerge from the trees watching them. That's rather creepy. The food preparation scenes, like I said, are odd, and you're always waiting on something nefarious happening there, and you're kind of worried when you see the people dining after it. You're like, oh, I don't know if I would eat that if I was you, because there's something kind of funny about the way that was sorted. And yeah, the movie is only 75 minutes, but it does fairly well. To add any more to it may have padded out a little bit too much, but it feels as if it doesn't have enough to really stretch into a feature-length sort of presentation that it has. But still, I enjoyed some of the aspects of Seven Witches, like the atmosphere. I thought that was terrifically well done. The acting was hit and a miss, the performers were hit and a miss, and some of the production design at the start of the movie was poor, but it got better as they got to this hillside house and the sort of landscape round about it, which I feel that they used very well in the movie. Ultimately, as the movie went on, I grew more and more into it. I was drawn into the atmosphere, I was drawn into the characters, I was really drawn into the story and where it was headed in particular. So overall, I gave Seven Witches 3 out of 5. It's something that I may go back to and check out again, just purely for that atmosphere. Not as good as The Witch though. Have you seen Seven Witches? Did you like it? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.